For the latest top tips, reviews and advice, please subscribe below.
Hello and welcome to Attwoolls Camping and Leisure with me, Mike. Today I'm giving you guys a lovely little review on a brand new model and a very exciting model for that matter in the Outwell collection. So this here is the Outwell Wolflake 9E. So Wolflake's is certainly a name we've heard. It's been in the books for a while with Outwell, and it's something we necessarily assume with quality and has been a very good seller. So what they've done is introduce it into this brand new Elan range. So 9E, E for Elan. So 9 people, Elan range. The Elan range is actually a range like no other in the Outwell collection. So it's actually a 300 denier fabric. So it's thicker, it's twice as thick as your normal sort of range you get, say, with like the Vermont or any of the other models in the range at all. So the main reason for this is it gets longer lifespan, be more durable, and generally looks a bit nicer. I mean, you can just feel the quality in the fabric as well. And what Outwell have also done is actually emboss their fabric just to give it the extra bit of, well, quality and grace it looks. It just adds that extra touch to make it just so. And personally, I'm a big fan of this beautiful green, very rich green, mashed with this lovely silver top. And the silver top actually does have some bearing, which I will talk about a bit later on as we go inside. One thing you can certainly expect from Outwell, and certainly in something near the top of the range model like this, is the amount of features they pile into their tents. So not only do they are renowned for very good quality, but the features they tend to supply don't tend to match up with other brands. One thing that's quite unique to them is certain things like tinted windows. The ability to have your privacy and still see out to find out where your kids are. So again, certainly with the sun glazing down, you can't really see in the tent. But from the inside to the out, you can still have good visibility and obviously big nice windows to get plenty of light inside, so you don't compromise yourself on darkness. One thing again, you've got good circulation of air, so you've got sort of panels underneath here to give a good circulation of air, combated with sort of side doors as well, which have sort of full mesh panels in there as well. The thing about this particular model is actually it's inflatable, so it's quick and easy to put up. And it's actually a multi-point inflation, so it means each individual beam is pumped up on its own. Different to certain models, something like the Vermont 7SA, which pumps up in one big lot, apart from the canopy. This is everything separate, and it's debatable which is the easier of the two to put up. Everyone has their personal preferences, but for me, certainly with the fabric and just the look of it, it's just crying out luxury. You know, it's just that extra step into nearly everything you want in a tent. So it's very exciting to have this on our showroom at this current moment. One thing to bear in mind is where you've got a beautiful panoramic sort of front, so you get lovely views on the outside. You again twinned up with the windows like I mentioned, allows plenty of visibility. You've got a lovely nice mud skirt again just to help protect the bottom of the base of the tents, and you've still got 3 sections in this particular model. So you've got your main sort of sleeping area, living area, and a beautiful nice big wide canopy area as well. The front part of this actual tent actually detaches, so the canopy area detaches off, just leaving the main body of the tent. This is purely down to being able to pack it and put it back in the bag. So originally Outwell were planning on having it in one big bag, and then thought really I think customers will probably struggle to get it back in, so they've given a second bag. So yeah, again, you just attach the canopy, that goes in one bag. The main body, inners, everything goes in the other, and it's actually a really nice roller bag, which I'll show you in due course again. Plenty of talking points, like I said, and it's quite easy to put up this model, and certainly when we put this up about 2 days ago, nice and simple. You know, no different to any other inflatable tent in the market in terms of how it goes up, so very simple in that sense. You get a nice sort of side door again here, with one on the opposite side as well, which we'll go through a bit more with ventilation and mesh. So loads of talking features, but let's have a little bit more run through and a bit more detail as we go inside. So let's have a look. So now we're inside the Wolflake. First thing you can get a bit more of a better grasp for is the layout we have. So you've got a nice big bedrooms at the back, a nice living area, and a beautiful wide open canopy area. So the beauty of this again is you can have the door completely sealed up, so you've got a nice enclosed area, or alternatively you have the door open ideally for sort of cooking or something like that really. Joys of what makes this a little bit different to anything else in the models is actually you've got a mesh door on the front part here as well. So the joys this means actually is you can have that mesh open, take the ground sheet out, have good circulation of air coming in without having all the bugs and critters coming in. The ground sheet is supplied for this area and is actually a bathtub ground sheet. So it means it sort of rises up a bit. And again, to help stop the draft coming underneath and the rain coming in. So that's really quite a nice little feature. And again, you've got a little zip down the front, so when you enter through the front door, you haven't got a little lip to trip over. So that, yet again, makes a massive difference. Like I said, a beautiful sort of panoramic view all out through these lovely windows, and because you've got the tinted style of it, yet again, you've got your privacy even inside of here. You've got a bracer beam running on top, yet again, just to keep that roof nice and taut. And you'll find the same sort of thing in the very end bit over the bedrooms yet again, just either side of sort of the external panels, just to keep the roof nice and taut and keep it nice and solid. You've got ventilation panels along the top up here, as well as, like I said, above the windows. And every window pretty much you have on this model, you've got zip-up curtains. So really nice thorough, and means you have much more versatility, like you said. Moving on into the main living area. Now, similar to the Vermont 7SA, you've got the ability to slide this back completely and open up it into one nice big open area. So by doing that, you can also, like I said, have the versatility of it, but you've got a big old mesh panel in here as well. So you can get good circulation of air, and then this also closes up completely as well. So by popping that, pop that in, and then I can actually move this all the way back out the way, and there's also a zip along the bottom. So you can take that in. So now I've done that, you can actually see why this becomes a 9 berth. So really it is a 7 at the back with a 2 berth in a bedroom here, which you put up and down at your own discretion really. Personally, like I said, most of the time, what I would probably do is take this out during the daytime, maximise the internal room of this, because otherwise it's a bit of a waste, you see. So take it out during the bedtime, pop it up just in the evening when you've got kids sort of coming to stay over, and that way, you know, you actually use the space rather than it being dead space the whole time. So as soon as you do that, straight away you can see it opens up the tent quite nicely, and you can really reveals the back bedrooms as such. There's many reasons why this tent feels quite roomy. Not only is it down to the Gothic arch giving that extra sort of point, so it necessarily feels a lot airier inside of here than it is, but when you even get to the corners, me being 6'2", 6'3", I'm not too bad on headroom actually. It's a little bit lower than something like probably the Smart Air system, but still, I think for most people, not a problem. Outwell, like I said, offer you tons and tons of features. So you've got hanging points for lanterns, as well as little Velcro tabs just here. So if you want mains hook up and you want to use a proper electric light, you can feed down the cable to entry points for cables. Either side, so the same on there on the other door as well. So you've got 2 side doors, both have mesh, and both have ability if you wanted to buy some king poles and put them out, just to give you sort of extra wings if you want on this particular model. So yeah, again, a nice little thing there as well. Like I said, all the windows have the ability of zip up and down curtains, so it means you can get ultimate privacy when you want to, or the versatility of having it halfway, so you don't have to necessarily worry if you want to just hide anything below. But really nice thorough, and definitely better than using the toggles. But the design feature of it, actually you've got like almost like a slight elasticated part to keep it nice and tight to the very top on the windows. So what you can do, again, you've got a little pocket created, so you can just fold that in, roll that up, and that goes straight into the pocket there. And just keeps it neat and tidy and out of the way, and not having to fiddle about with it all the time. You've got a very slight little lip, which actually could be quite happily pegged down from the canopy area into the main living area. But for me, like I said, that's bygones by bygones. And you actually, as well, have got a little flap yet again just here, and the ground you can just tuck underneath there quite happily, hence the points here, just the pegging when the ground sheet's in place. One thing to probably bear in mind with this particular model is it's quite roomy. So not only have you got big sleeping area, big living area and a big canopy area, you're not really going to be short of space. One thing that's quite nice about the bedroom area, it's very sort of unique to Outwell, is it's actually the ambassador bedrooms. So the reason this ambassador bedrooms they've been using for this year will basically means they're XL bedrooms, larger than normally you'd get. So normally you tend to get a bedroom which will be about 2 meters 10. So the ambassador are bigger again. The joys of this means actually is you can actually put a camp bed in lengthways. So with a standard bedroom, what you do find is to get this happen, you actually have to rotate it that way along. And it has to be sort of about a 3 or 4 person bedroom. So this gives you the ability to put a normal camp bed in, stand it up and still sleep without actually touching the very back. And yet again, creates a bigger area and certainly a much, much more spacious and nicer area. And even in the sort of the height at the back is pretty brilliant with these. So it's classified, like I said, as a 9 berth. So you've got a 2, a 3 in the middle, and then a 2 over there as well. Now the reason what you can actually do is actually a zip divider between all the sections. So if you wanted to, you could actually have it completely open and have 7 people sleeping at the end. One thing to bear in mind that sort of this part here is connected with each other, and that is a completely separate inner. So you'll have a physical divider between these 2 sections, which is zipped all the way around, and then this one here is just zipped along the top and the bottom. So it really means that, well, sorry, not the bottom, it's zipped along the back and front. So it means you've got a slight gap underneath here, which, if you wanted to, I suppose, if you're a family of 5 or 6. Adults can have these 2 bedrooms unzipped and open together. You put 2 kids in there, 2 kids in there. Jobs are good and pretty much. Other thing, like I said, in terms of details, is the storage pockets. So you've got lovely big storage pockets all over the tent for sort of sorting your keys, stopping sort of everything scattering along the floor. Yet again, when you walk into the bedrooms, storage pockets at the back, as well as a beautiful big mesh panel in there to get good circulation in the air to, like I said, help combat condensation. And in terms of in the area, plenty of room. I can certainly stand up in here, get changed in the mornings, no problem again. You've got a cable entry point into the actual bedroom inner as well, which is quite nice. So again, if you want to charge your phone up in the evening, keep it close to you, you can quite happily put the cable through rather than having to leave the door open the whole time. And on the back, you've also got a almost like guy rope system here, so it allows you to hang different bits and bobs, or sort of like a towel or something to dry out in the evening. So loads of talking points in this particular model, as well as, like I said, the main thing really, which is the elan fabric. So it's 300 denier and 6,000 mil hydrostatic head. So certainly a model that stands out in the Outwell range, and certainly I think one you really have to see before you buy to truly appreciate the small little features, the size of it as well. So really, really impressive from this, and it's certainly one that we are really excited to be selling here for the 2017 season. So that in essence is the Outwell Wolf Lake 9E.